So the first thing about standards is you have to think about them. They're songs. So you have to know the song in your head. Like you have to be able to sing it and feel it. You know what I mean? So, for example, Autumn Leaves, well, it's got to do with anything, any song. You got to know the melody really well and the chords really well to the point where maybe you don't need to look at a chart. So I would say first thing, learn the chords really well to the point where, you know, you don't have to look at maybe you don't have to look at the chart all the time. When you learn a melody, you want to learn it at least in like 2 octaves in the guitar. So basically, or here, for example, you know, like you want to learn it as many places as you can that you'll feel free. And then, so that's the first step, is learn the melody and learn the chords really well. Then after that, you have to, I would say the next step is to play chord tones. Chord tones, basically, whether it's triads or 7 chords, but so if let's play it like medium tempo. I'm just gonna play chord notes now. 1, 2, 3, That's just chord notes. So that's kind of it sounds very traditional, but that's the kind of the foundation of everything. Once you get the chord notes down, then you can start playing around the chord notes. Meaning, let's say if you have a triad, let's say I'll just show it you on a major scale, on a major triad. So you can approach each note from below or from above. So this is below. So that alone gives you like, just play chords, like play quarter notes C. Boom, boom, boom. So this is a triad, and this is half a step. So even that alone can give you something to do. Oh, sorry. So see, that already gives you a color. So if you do that over a standard, it already starts expanding your possibilities. So do the same tempo but over Autumn Leaves. 2, 3, 4. I cheated a little bit because the other part of it is you can use the half a step above. So I bet you can basically play around the chord notes. Again, if this is C, you can do. So your anchor notes are the chord notes, and then you play around the chord notes. So then you're pretty free to do a lot of stuff. And at the end of the day, the most important thing is where you land in terms of like resolving to the next chord. So as long as you land on a strong chord note, or your melody landed in a way that makes sense, then you're cool. I know it sounds a little abstract, but just think about chord notes. So if we play this thing again, I'll try to do it when I'm talking. 1, 2. So this is just chord notes. 2, 3, 4. That's just chord notes. Now I'll add some chromaticism. I started to get off it. But the idea is, this is as much as you can. It's called like highlighting the harmony. You know, you highlight the harmony, like you can hear each change of the chord moving around, and then you just play around the chord notes. That's the first. That's like the next step, and then after that comes scales. So with scales, you know, this could be a 2-hour discussion right there, but basically you want to play the scales that fits the chords, however you learn that. And then between learning the scales and playing chord notes and all this kind of like, you know, like those chromaticism notes around the chord notes turn into be like those like leading notes, like when you lead into the next chord. Like, let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see all this chromaticism. I'm trying to exaggerate, right? I've been trying to do as much chromaticism as I could to kind of connect between things, but I think it's a mix between, you know, like those triads or arpeggios with the half steps above and below, and then adding scales to it. You somehow kind of start connecting the dots. You know what I mean? That's pretty good, like start for practicing, you know, standards. Another thing I can talk about is directional playing, which is, it's basically a directional playing in over standards, meaning you don't want the harmony to limitate the movement of what you're doing. Meaning, if you're going up with some kind of line on the chords, the changes are moving. You don't want the changes to kind of stop you in the way. You want to kind of go from one thing to the next. So let me just show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see I'm going up and down. To kind of go in certain directions, wherever the harmony goes, I'm kind of going wherever I'm going. So that's this kind of freedom that is cool to have when you can have it. You know, tunes that I play kind of well over are tunes that the harmony doesn't limit me, that I can go anywhere I want, direction-wise, and it doesn't matter where the chords go, I can kind of hit them. You know, that's kind of an advanced thing, but I like that approach.